If you fuck me, then fuck you. And that's the way I like it. Yeah, that's the way I like it.
Finna smile, but none of these bitches.
That's the way I like it.
Wiping them down in front of these niggas.
That's the way I like it. I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30, I'm 30 for 30.
Chat. Should they fold that bitch? No yoga mat. Chat. Should they dare that nigga? Don't hit me back. Chat.
I feel like a bird, you keeping me happy, you give me deep. Ask me who my search.
I gotta say the word, keep getting me what I'm looking for. I just gotta tell everybody, I don't wanna keep it on the low. Goddamn, I love her. I love her. Goddamn, I love her.
Hey guys, what is poppin'? It's your girl Tawana, AKT, whatever it's been today, and I am back with another video. If you're new here, then welcome. We talk about everything going on this channel, so if that is your vibe, definitely consider subscribing to this channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning into another one of my videos. I love you to the moon and back, as you already know. So today, as you can tell from the title, I'm not feeling like myself. I haven't been feeling like myself for the last couple of days, and I decided to book myself a last-minute comedy show and glam the fuck up and feel like that girl again. So that's what this video is. You're gonna get ready with me so that I can feel good, so that I can get the vibe and go out and enjoy myself and get myself back on track to being that girl. Okay, we all go through this, and I just need a friend right now. Can you be that friend for me? Thanks. So now let's go talk. Okay guys, so as you can tell from the intro, we are getting ready to feel like that motherfucking girl again. I am not gonna lie to you, I have just been a little bit down, energy's been a little bit low, so I'm grabbing myself up to make myself feel good today because I'm going to a motherfucking comedy show all by myself, which I'm very, very proud of. I'm going to see Kane Brown. I've been dying to see him for a while. His things have sold out so motherfucking quickly. It's so unbelievable. So I'm glad that I actually finally got a ticket. So my skin is already prepped. I have already like done my skincare routine already. This is why my skin looks hydrated, and I'm literally about to put some primer on. I usually give about half an hour to allow my skincare to actually soak into my skin before I put any primer on. But before I go in with any primer, I actually start off with this brow glue, which is from NYX. I am going to use this to kind of sculpt out my eyebrows before I put any primer on, because I don't want the residue of the primer to affect the glue for my brows. So I'm just going to quickly go in with that. And this is just like basically to shape my hairs. I kind of have hairs already on my brows, so I don't really have to like do too much, but I feel like this gel really helps to sculpt my brows. So yeah, I kind of just do that, and then I will actually go in with my concealer. I am using the e.l.f. concealer with the white lid. I forgot its actual name, but I got it in 2 shades. This one is like the closest one to my skin, supposed to be anyway, and then this is the lighter shade. I'm gonna go in with the one closest to my skin to actually sculpt my brows. What I like to do is put it on the back of my hand so that it kind of thins it out so it's not as thick, and then I get a brush and I start sculpting out my brows. So as I was saying before, I've been going through a lot, guys. Just having like a full-time job and just managing everything is literally a lot. So I'm just glad that I've been able to like treat myself and take myself out to have some fun, to let my hair down, you get what I mean? So I'm just gonna literally sculpt my brows, and again, this is before any primer is put on my face. I feel like I don't really need my eyebrows to grip in terms of like the makeup, especially when I'm not doing any eye makeup. So yeah, I'm just literally gonna like sculpt my brows. So like I was saying before, like I'm going on a solo date and I'm kind of scared. None of my friends or my partner are actually interested in comedy shows, and I'm done missing out on like attending things because like my people are not interested in it. Listen guys, if you want to experience something in life and the people closest to you are not interested in it, go by yourself, like, because all you're doing is delaying yourself from missing out, and that is motherfucking dead. Yeah, that is dead. So I was tired of like missing out on his shows, so when I saw the ticket and I was going for like £36 and it was like second row from the front, booked that motherfucker, no hesitation. And you know what, I'm quite excited. I'm excited to see how it goes. But yeah, okay, so that's kind of like my eyebrows done. I do not go above my eyebrows because I'm going to go above it with foundation, but this is kind of how like I just prep my eyes for everything that I'm about to do. So now I'm going to go with my primer. So I use the e.l.f. gripping primer. This is the pink one with the niacinamide. I don't really see the difference in the green or the thing one. There might be skin benefits, I don't know, I cannot vouch for that. I just love the way it grips my foundation, like on the base of my face. Like it is, I can't even tell you how amazing this primer is, and it's so fucking affordable. I don't put too much on my forehead, I just put a little bit, and yeah, I let that sit for a little bit. So oh my god guys, how can I forget that we are having like a proper chit chat, like a FaceTime call, and I actually bought myself a mojito from Lidl. It's actually like 95p, and it actually is like, it's not too weak but it's not too strong. It's like perfect for like a pre-drink, unless you like harsh strong liquor, which my body can't handle. I'm not gonna lie to you, I cannot do the heavy strong liquor. It will knock me the fuck out. But can you guys see what the e.l.f. primer has done to my face? Can you see that extra hydration that it's giving on my face? I love that. By the way guys, I've been working on my skincare. I had really bad skin, and I feel like my texture's is actually like basically non-existent, and now I'm just focusing on my dark marks, which are actually fading. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't want to say anything because I want to do a separate video on this, but I am actually going to tell you guys because you guys are the real ones. ChatGPT gave me my skin resume, and it's actually fixed my textured skin, and it's slowly fixing my dark spots. But I have been documenting this whole journey, been making videos, I've been taking photos, so I will be doing a video once my skin is actually cleared up, because who needs to pay for professionals when you have ChatGPT in your pocket for free? The back. But anyway, so I do the underpainting method. This is new, not gonna lie, I've been doing it for like the last 2 weeks, and it fucking slaps. Like I see the absolute difference in my makeup, and I'm gonna stick with this moving forward. So yeah, it looks scary at first, but it's really something you need to trust the process. Like you really need to trust the process. So I go in with the Shade and Laid and Chocolate Charm. I kind of mix the two because I feel like Shade and Laid is like more of a contour, and then the Chocolate Charm gives me more of a bronzy look. So I literally just like, old method, it just works for me, and I just go just above that, so it's kind of on like my cheekbone area, if that makes sense. I know this looks fucking scary, but I'm telling you, trust the process. So yeah guys, as I was kind of saying in the intro, I've been feeling like really down, and I ain't gonna lie, I had a conversation about this with my boyfriend, and I had a conversation about this with ChatGPT. I'm just gonna be honest. And I feel like it's the whole perfectionism side of me that's like trying to kick back in. I was like, growing up, I was I was a big perfectionist. Like I had to be perfect. And that, I'm not even talking like looks. Fuck looks, it was never that. It was more about like grades and like education, all of that stuff. I felt like I needed to get the best in my class. And like I remember when I was in high school, we don't call it high school. Well, in Northwest we call it high school, but everyone else calls it secondary school. So let me say secondary school before people think that I'm American when I'm not. But like in secondary school, like I remember doing my GCSEs, and I actually got pretty good grades. I got like mainly B's and C's, but I was so upset because I was meant to get an A in science and an A in maths, and I didn't. And I literally cried because I got a B in both those subjects. And my friends looked at me like I was so ungrateful, because it's like everyone else kind of got like D's and E's, and I'm here sitting with a B and I was crying. But like that's just to kind of to explain like how much of a perfectionism I am. Like when I set my mind to something and I don't get the level that I'm expecting, I get upset. Like I get upset because it's like I had big plans for me. Do you know what I mean? Like I set the bar high. But I literally remember I posted a quote about this on my Instagram, so definitely follow me over there. I posted that maybe like I get depressed because I feel like I'm not growing anywhere, because I'm being so harsh and keep raising the bar, so I don't have a chance to actually be happy with the level that I'm at. So yeah, I feel like that's what it is. So I've been like really down lately because like I've had like some expectations and like work and expectations with like my content creation journey and even YouTube, I'm not gonna lie. And it's just like, it's just not where I want it to be. I'm being totally honest, it's just not. And I'm pissed off a little bit at myself. That's just me keeping it 100. That's me just keeping it a buck. Yeah. So this is kind of like what it should look like. I know there's like a bit going under the eye, but the concealer's gonna hide all of that. So like that's why I just blend it out as much as you can, because the concealer is going to cover all of that. The next part I like to go in is with the blush. So I like to mix Cowlick with Cherry Cola. I go in with Cowlick at the top, and then I kind of diffuse it into Cherry Cola at the bottom. So I'm just gonna like start it up by the side of my brow and just kind of like go down to where it meets the bronzer on my cheekbone. So yeah, that's just kind of something I'm dealing with right now. But again, like as you know from my channel, like I'm very honest, I'm very transparent. I'm trying to show you guys like there's no one's perfect. Everyone's got flaws, everyone's got hiccups, everyone's got a little bit of everything. And I'm also one of those people, unfortunately. Like I'm not perfect. I have down days too. I have comparison days. I have days where I'm just like, oh, what the fuck am I doing at 28? Like all of these stuff come to my head. But trust the process, which is why I'm sitting here having this conversation with you guys, because I know some of you can relate. So this is me just diffusing in the cherry cola. If you can't see that already, got the two patches here. That's what they look like separately. But once it like I don't know, the combination of these two together, when they're diffused together, it's just so lush. Like, I absolutely love it. So sometimes, like, if I feel like I'm losing my bronzer, I will literally go back where they meet, and I will just go back with the other side of this brush and just kind of like diffuse them together a little bit and take away the harshness of either or, really, because you want them to meet and, you know, become one. So I'm kind of like happy with that. Okay, so next I'm going in with my concealer again. This is the e.l.f. one. I can't remember what it's actually called. Oh, the Hydrating Camo concealer from e.l.f. So I'm going in, I don't know what shade this is, but I'll put everything on the screen and in the description. So I kind of like to plop this in the corner. I don't, and I like this from e.l.f. of TikTok. I do not, because my eyes has got that crease underneath. I don't know what it is. I've tried to get rid of these bags or whatever. I think it's just genetic. Basically, what e.l.f. was saying on TikTok is you don't want to go in with the brush like right under. That's what causes it to crease quicker. You want to go like just underneath it so that it can set, and then you kind of blend it out. Like you diffuse it out so that you have a thin layer in the crease, so that when you go to your second and your powdered layer, it doesn't crease as much. I hope that makes sense. But you guys will see the finished touch, so you guys will kind of have an understanding of what I mean. So while this is like sitting and drying, how are you guys anyway? Like, how's everything been going? How is like life treating you? I feel like, as I previously mentioned, I'm at a stage in my life where I'm kind of not comparing, but I feel like, again, I've set the bar like kind of high, and I kind of have a higher expectation for certain things in my life. But a good mechanism for me is journaling. I feel like journaling really helps, because journaling reminds me, I totally forgot, you need to also add it in here, the concealer. So I'm just literally going back in, because this is going to help carve out everything. And then I'll probably put a little bit here. And you know what? I actually like to go in with my concealer here. So yeah, journaling really helps. Journaling helps me to kind of remind myself of how far I've come and where I'm at, and not to get depressed that I'm not where I want to be yet. Like, there is levels to this shit. Like, growing up, there is so many levels, and you need to allow yourself to go through each level. You're not going to just go from level 1 to level 10 overnight. You're going to go through level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. You might go through some levels quicker than others, but at the same time, it's like, it's going to take time regardless, and I just enjoy the process. And that's what I'm learning to do. That's what I am learning to remind myself to do. And journaling really helps, because like, I've looked back at some of my journals in the last couple of months, like even within the last year, and when I read back to like what I wrote like this time last year, your girl was going through some shit. So it's like, journaling can really help, and it can give you like a friendly reminder. So I take this little triangular, it's supposed to be triangular, brush, and then just start to like blend out my concealer in the places that I have placed it, and just brighten up any areas that I want brightening up. So remember how I said in the under eye, we don't want to kind of push it in yet. What I like to do, I like to diffuse out the edges first. Like, I like to pull away the product before pushing it into and under my eye. Do you see that? Because it helps to like thin out the product so it's not as dense. And I like to bring this up so that it kind of connects to my brow as one, and it kind of diffuses out that blush in that area too, if you can see. Also, I learned that you need to bring it down the side of your nose, which is really helpful. So yeah, as I was saying before, like, you want to just trust the process, like just enjoy it, especially if you're like in your late 20s, in your 30s, where you are like, feel like you're running out of time. I fell into the lie of that concept as well, and I've recently been talking about this with my friend, and the whole lie about age and the whole lie about everything and time and everything. Like, I feel like when you put that stress on yourself about age and having to reach a certain place by a certain age, you're just gonna stress yourself out even more. Like, it's actually so upsetting, so frustrating that we've been programmed this way to do this, but we can also unprogram our way and unlearn these behaviors. But like, whether you're in your late 20s, whether you're 27, you're 28, you're 29, or even 30, you're not old. I'm tired of people like trying to say like, oh yeah, by 30 you should do this. Like, how I see it, yeah, you need to understand, as much as even though you've been on this earth for 28 years like myself, there's a lot of time you haven't lived in comparison to what you have lived. If you're gonna look at the average age of life expectancy for a woman, it's 85 years, I believe, in the UK anyway. So you gotta think, 85 years, you ain't even touched halfway at 30. Like, halfway is like 40 plus. So it's like, how are you pushing all this pressure on yourself when you ain't even reached halfway through your lifetime, if that makes sense? And I feel like that's the kind of mindset we need to have moving forward. Like, I hate when people try to make people feel old because like you're once younger. Like, it's dead, because you're the same person who's gonna be 28 one day. So like people who are 22, 21, I get the banter. Like, I can take banter, but I'm talking about like the people who like talk like they're never gonna get 28. Babe, we're gonna get 28. It's okay. We're all gonna get there. Like, I was once 22. Like, literally 6 years ago I was 22. like, but what I'm trying to say is just take that pressure off yourself, whether you're in your early 20s, your mid 20s, or your late 20s, or even touching your 30s. Obviously I can't speak for 30 plus because I'm not 30 plus, I'm in my late 20s, so I can only speak on my experiences as someone in their 30s. But take that pressure off yourself. Also, the reason why the whole illusion of time and like your birthdays and all of these things, and like, this is not to be like a conspiracy theorists or whatever they call themselves, people who love conspiracies, but like, there is a country in the world, Ethiopia, who use a whole completely different timeline to us, and they're actually currently 8 years behind us, 8 years behind us. So if we was going off their timeline, 8 years behind, I would be 20 if I was living over there, or if we were following that Ethiopian calendar. Do you see what I mean? So it's like, everything is off your belief. If you believe you are young and you feel young, you will always look and feel young. Don't let you turn in 28 or you turn in 29 like put a rush on anything you want to do in life. Like, I still want to go and do like a year abroad somewhere. I just haven't decided where, because I'm trying to figure out where's the best place to go for construction. But like, people will be like, oh, you should do this in your early 20s. Well, I didn't know what I wanted to do in my early 20s, but I know what I want to do now. So does that mean, oh, because I'm 28 it's too late? No, the fuck, I'm gonna go fucking do it. And I feel like we all need to apply more of that into our lives day to day. Like, fuck this whole age thing, bruv. Like, do you know it's so mad? You need to speak to older people. Maybe that's what it is. I've got like a lot of elder colleagues at work who are in their 40s, who are in like their 50s and their 60s, whatever, approaching early retirement. And I even have some people that are in their 30s. And every time I tell them, like, oh yeah, like, I'm 28, they're like, bro, you're young. You've got all of this, you got all of that, you got all of this. And in my head, I'm like, the fuck? No, I'm old. Like, I'm getting called auntie on TikTok. The fuck? The fuck? So it's like, appreciate your age now. Live your life how you want to live it. If you want to do something at 28 that someone else wants to do at 22, that's fine. Like, your path is not their path. And just love your path for what it is. And I think that's what I'm learning to just adopt more. And that's why I kind of just take the pressure off myself for some time. Again, I'm still working on my perfectionism, as you guys already know. But I am like learning to also loosen my mindset and just like embrace the fact that nobody's perfect. No one has it all figured out. Whether you get it figured out in your early 20s or you don't, or in your early 30s, bruv, as long as you figured it out. Do you know what I mean? So I've like blended out the concealer. What I also like to do is go with a beauty blender, a damp beauty blender. I know beauty blenders are tend to known for like lifting product, but that's kind of what I wanted to do, if that makes sense. I wanted to kind of take off any excess makeup that I have on my face right now that's making this look scary, so that this can all like kind of like blend together. But what I was going to say, the next part I was going to touch on quickly, you also have to remember, you can't blame yourself for not having the knowledge you have now that you had back then, if that makes sense. So what I mean by that is the Gen Zs and the Gen Alpha or Gen X, I don't know what comes after Gen Z, to be fair. People say I'm Gen Z because I'm born in 96, but I'm literally like the borderline of like Gen Z / millennials. So it's like I can understand either or, but because I'm like so close to both. But what I will say about millennials, like, and I feel like the pressure of that we need to take off ourselves, we didn't have the same access that Gen Z and Gen Alpha and everybody else had. We grew up in a time where there was like no internet, or when the internet was starting to become a thing. Whereas like the Gen Zs and the Alphas have grown up in a time where the internet's already flourishing, social media is already a thing. Like back in our day, there was no such thing as content creators. People are making money off YouTube. Like that wasn't a thing back in our day. So it's like, you can't fault yourself for not having certain knowledge that you do now. Like so much people come and share their story, which is why the younger generation is able to flourish from early, because they have so many people like us who are older than them, who walked through and who are now putting their knowledge out online. So do you guys see how this is kind of looking kind of softer now? So now what I'm going to do is go in with a brightening concealer, sorry. And literally this is just going to be for the corner of my eyes. I love a bright under eye, I cannot lie to you. Any like influencer out there that does the bright under eye, I'm obsessed. So yeah, as I was saying before, like, you only knew what you knew at the age that you knew it. So do not be upset that you're like, you don't have like a property now, or like I don't own a property, I haven't bought a property. I don't even know if I want to buy a property like in the UK, if I'm being totally honest. And there's certain stigmas in the UK, like you should buy, do whatever's best for you, because a part of me just feels like buying is a bit of a scam anyway. But like what I'm trying to say is, I'm proud that the generation after me has access to the internet and can flourish better than me or quicker than me, because it shows that the system is now working in our favor, if that makes sense. There's so much more opportunities. Like my kids will have a great opportunity to succeed better than me. Yeah, it took me longer, but that doesn't mean I should hate on the younger generation for that. But that doesn't mean I should be upset with myself that I didn't know what they know at 19, know at 20 or 21, when that information wasn't accessible when I was at 19. Or when I was at 21. Does that make sense? So I want you guys to kind of look at it like that for my older babes. So anyway, I'm literally about to try this face glue setting spray from NYX. I can't lie, like I'm a drugstore babe, and a lot of things that I buy are from the drugstore. So 90% of this is from the drugstore. Always very, very affordable. But again, I'll have everything listed on the screen and in the description box. So I'm literally gonna just blend out this brightening concealer. And then after this, the underpainting is basically done, and we're gonna start going in with powders. Oh, look at the pretty. Oh my god, calm the fuck down. Wherever I have excess on my concealer, whatever excess concealer I have on my brush, I kind of just put it in the middle of my forehead. I don't do too much on my forehead because it's already like big. This is looking good. I'm just gonna quickly go back in with my blush, my cream blush, just to kind of bring back the slight pigment that we might have lost. I'm gonna go in with this angled brush, and I'm gonna go in with the bronzer color instead of the contour color, just because again I want it to be warm, and I just want to push it up into my brow as well. Okay, so I am happy with this. I'm happy with my creams. I'm happy with everything. If like you feel like some areas are too harsh, don't be afraid to go back in with your like beauty blender and just touch up and soften those areas where you feel like it's a little bit too harsh for you. That is like the beauty of underpainting. Like you can go in and top up and blend as much times as you need to until you get it right before you go with your foundation. However, you kind of do want this to be a bit harsh / bright underneath, because we're literally about to cover all of this with foundation. I feel like I loved this NARS foundation. I think this is the NARS Radiant foundation. I can't lie, my sister put me onto this. She was saying for a very, very long time, get NARS, get NARS, get NARS, and I got NARS. However, my second best favorite, if you're looking for something that's a bit more affordable, is the Maybelline Lumi Matte foundation. I love this. What is pissing me off a little bit is I'm actually shade 350. So if I'm in your foundation twin or of a similar complexion, I am actually shade 350 in that. However, I thought, oh, because the sun's coming out and I'm getting a bit like tanned, you could say, I tried the 356, especially because this is the shade that Notori uses, and she's kind of like my shade twin. 90% of the foundation she uses is a perfect match for me, apart from this one. This is too dark. It is blatantly too dark. So what I tend to do sometimes, I like to mix them, but for today, I'm literally just gonna go in with my Natural Long Radiant foundation. This is in the shade Macao. So the beauty about this now, because our face is like 90% covered, I only need one pump. And that's why I love the underpainting method, because you save so much on foundation. So I go with literally like a pump, and we're literally just gonna go in and fill in all the areas that need to be blended, like that look a little bit harsh and they kind of need to be smoothing out. So okay, and this is kind of how you want it to look. I know it looks kind of faint now, but that's kind of what we wanted. We wanted it to all blend in and like kind of come together as one, which I love. So I like to do my eyebrows at this stage. I don't know why, it just fits perfectly. Like, don't ask me why. So I use this eyebrow. I would love to tell you guys the name. I don't know, but it's from Sleek. That's what I can tell you. If I can find a name online, I will leave it in the description box for you guys. So my eyebrows are not like the thinnest, but I just kind of like to fill in the gaps just so that they don't look as sparse or sparse, whatever that word is. I just want to fill in the gaps just to make them look a bit more full again, and just to kind of, can you see like how that's made a little bit of a difference already just by filling in these gaps? However, I still want to keep that natural look, so I just do like light strokes following the hair in whatever direction it's going with. At the front it kind of goes up, and you can already see the difference a little bit. It looks a bit more fuller on this eye here, which I absolutely love. Ooh, loving that. Okay, so next for me at this stage, now that my face has been set, we're gonna go in with some powders. So I start off by going in with the pressed powder first, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me Poreless Matte Powder. Because I have like the under eye issue where my under eye tends to crease a little bit, I also learned this hack from Adil where he likes to go in with a thin layer of setting powder under his eye with a thin brush first to kind of just set it in place, and then he goes in with the powder, because if you pack on that layer of powder it can cause it to crease quicker. So what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to go in with the brush that I literally just dipped into the powder and just set my under eye like that before going in with my poreless powder. I just need to like make sure this remains as smooth as possible. So now that that thin layer of setting powder has been there, we can now actually go in and actually go in with the poreless powder. So again, I get my puffer or beauty puff or whatever it's called, and then I just like, I've already hit pan. This just shows you how much I use this, but yeah. So I need to get a new one. Well, yeah, it's approaching. So yeah, I just swivel it around and then I get this and I tap the excess off. Usually like on the back of my hand, but I've really been using my back of the hair as a canvas, so I want to just go here, and you just want to kind of tap it out and then like so that it smooths out, so you can see it's on the back of my hand, so that when you go in, you're only going with a thin layer of powder. I like to start at the bottom and work my way up, so you guys can see. Can you not see that? Oh my fucking god, are you guys seeing that? Like look at, oh, bro. And that's like, look at the difference. I don't know what Maybelline puts in this powder, but it fucking works. I also like to go in here and I kind of like to just bring it. Someone taught me to go to the corner of my mouth so that it's just all one. I can't lie, this Fit Me powder is worth every single fucking penny. Like if you're gonna add anything from your makeup, from this whole like catch up we're having today, add the Fit Me powder. It is fucking, it's just fucking it. Like, sorry to swear. I'm literally gonna go with my NYX Buttermelt bronzer, and this is in the shade Do Butter. Again, I'm hitting pan on this already. Fucking hell. I do love me an NYX. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I feel like the most product I've used in this whole video is NYX. Leave a comment down below how many NYX products I've actually used in this video. I actually would like to know myself, because maybe NYX will actually see this one day and be like, oh my god, we need to send her some products. You never know. Shoot your shot, baby. But yeah, also another thing about foundation, I've been seeing it trending on TikTok as well, is you find your foundation twin. I feel like my foundation twin so far, the closest person I've found is Notori Uche, and like I said before, like she is like a 90% match for most of foundations. Only the Maybelline one, it was a bit off. It's not like crazy off, I just don't like, I feel like that's like my summer tone. Like once I've like, you know, been in the sun, because we're in spring right now, we're approaching summer. I feel like when the sun is out a bit more, which you never know in England, I feel like that will be my summer tone. Like if I was going on holiday, be in the sun a bit, that would be like the perfect summer tone. But I feel like 350 literally is my skin tone. So again, if I am your foundation twin, that is what I wear. And I can't tell you in other foundations because I haven't tried, but like definitely try to find people who are like influencers who are like of a similar tone, or who you think shade matches closest to yours, and then just really like buy the products that they use. But it's also important to bear in mind that their texture of the skin can be different. So like I know with Notori, I think she's got combination skin, whereas like me, I've got dry skin. So I always have to bear that in mind with particular foundations that I buy. Also guys, yeah, I don't know if it's just me, that the beauty of TikTok has like put me on so many things that I didn't know that I would like as a person if I wasn't exposed to it. And one of those things I'd have to say is like music. There has been so many songs out there that has been brought out that is like I love, and like one genre of music that is a prime example is funk. Funk is so cold, especially Brazilian funk. I think that's the one that I've been seeing the most on TikTok. Like, it is so cold, and I just want to say I am not like Brazilian in any way, so it's like there's no reason for me like to big up funk music, but it's just cold. I can't explain it. It just, for me, it just hits different. Like that's just me being honest. But yeah, I'm just bronzing all the areas as much as possible before I go in with my blush. Cannot speak. Before I go in with my Hoodie Beauty setting powder, I do love to do the blush first because I think it just makes it all sync together. I am using the NYX Buttermelt, and this is in the shade Getting Butter. The only thing is with this, it's got shimmer in it, so if you put too much on, it can leave like this whitish cast on your face, and I hate it. Like, I didn't know any better when I first got it, and I was just powdering on like a nutter. But it was kind of hard to find a blush that was close to the color of Maybelline Mitchell's one. So yeah, and plus we don't have like the full diversity of blushes like they get in the States. So yeah, I am on the market for another blush though, so if you guys have any recommendations, do let me know. So what I tend to do, I just put like a light layer until it gets to like the level that I want it. Do you see that? Before I used to just powder it on like a twat, so I literally like fluff off the excess, and then I literally go in. But obviously Maybelline Mitchell's got a pressed powdered version now, so I do want to get his case pressed powdered one to try with his creams. Like, I've really become obsessed with pink blushy, like a pink blush, and I feel like I have to blame Jordan for that. Jordan lip comb. Fucking love her looks. Like, it just eats the fuck down. Obviously I wear eyelash extensions, so I won't be doing any like strip lashes or anything. I get extensions done, so yeah. But this is kind of, can you see? Right, guys, don't judge me, because I'm literally holding on to this Hoodie Beauty powder for the day of life. Like, can you see? This is empty, there's nothing there. Can you see that tiny corner? That's what we're gonna be using. That is what we're gonna be using. So I literally have to shake it on top of the net and then just pat it, and then it comes through. I know, I'm fucking ghetto. I just need to go buy it. Do you know what? Again, I'm lazy. I am not a babe that likes to shop in store. I like to just go online, and like, this is banana bread. And recently, every time I've gone online, banana bread hasn't been in stock. So she has got like another one I want to try. I think it's cupcake, but I just didn't know if cupcake was going to be too light for me. I didn't want to risk it because her setting powders are not cheap. They're like in the 30s. Do you know what I mean? Whereas like the Fit Me one's like £11. I know you can't compare Fit Me to Huda, I know, but I'm a drugstore babe. I don't want to spend a lot of money unless like it's worth it, and Huda is absolutely worth it. She can get my £36 whenever the fuck she wants, especially because that lasts. I can't remember, like, I've had that for a while. Do you want to try her Huda Beauty Blurring Setting Spray? I feel like that might just take my matte look to the next level. But yeah, can you guys see that? I know you guys have seen it, but you guys that's Huda right there. Huda is my girl. That's one thing I will say. I was never like a big makeup girly. I knew how to do my makeup, but I wasn't like obsessed with makeup how I am now. I'm actually obsessed with makeup. Not like where I'm gonna make a makeup channel or anything, but where I do like to buy products that work and like obsess over a product that works and like stay in tune with like the brand and stuff like that. That's all like new. I actually love it. Like, I actually watch makeup tutorials, other people's tutorials, I watch people's TikToks, everything. I've just literally become like, I don't say a girly girl, but I'm actually really much of a tomboy. But I feel like I've become more of a girly girl. So do you see what I mean by it kind of diffused out the blush? And now we're just gonna, like, lightly, we're gonna go back in. Just to kind of make sure. Because I like a bright blush. And just kind of go in the middle of my nose here. What is going on? Alright, cool. We're literally nearly about to wrap this up. What another thing I like to do, I like to go in with mascara under my eye. Like I said, I've misplaced my handheld mirror, so I'm just going to use my Fit Me foundation mirror. This mascara is from e.l.f. I'm not going to lie, it's not like the... I don't want to say it's not the best. It's like, it's not like a goat. Like, I wouldn't buy it again. I'm still learning when it comes to makeup, and I feel like I haven't found my goat for mascara for bottom liners anyway, because I always wear lash extensions, so I don't have to worry about mascara for my eyes. It's mainly for my bottom lashes. I haven't found one yet that's like a goat for my under lashes. So if you guys have any recommendations, drugstore or like expensive, because I'm actually on the market for a new mascara. Okay, so we're literally nearly about to wrap this up. We're literally gonna do a little bit of eyeliner. So I like to do eyeliner because, especially when like my lashes are due an infill, which I am approaching an infill very, very soon, I like to just go behind my extension lashes to kind of fill it in to make it look full. I am not the greatest at eyeliner, so please do not judge me. Oh, can you see that? It looks like very more defined. So usually I used to go in with like a dark pencil under my eye, but that's like changed again. Notori has taught me this. She goes in with like a dark brown under eye on her bottom liner, And I've been loving the dark brown look more than the black look. I don't know, I feel like it's less harsh, and I'm only going to a comedy show, so it doesn't need to be that bright. So yeah, so like this is the final look, guys. We're literally getting there. I'm gonna do lips. I'm just gonna set this. When it comes to liner, I have been loving the lip oil combo. Like, I don't know what it is. I haven't really been feeling the lip gloss combo. But I feel like for this look that I'm doing with you guys, I'm thinking we should do the, I don't know. Because the lip combo eats, but do you know what? We're going for the full glam tonight. We're gonna go for a normal lip combo. So I like to use the NYX again, and this is their Line Loud lip pencil. I cannot lie to you, it draws on like butter, but also it stays. I've used a lot of lip liners and people say that it stays. It doesn't stay, but this one actually stays. Again, NYX, if you see this, I love you guys, and if you want to send me some lip stuff, like, let me know. Yeah, definitely let me know if you like these kind of videos, because got distracted. But yeah, I'm going in with the Fenty BE, I forgot what this is called. It's called the Gloss Bomb Stick. This is quite new to my collection. I've been loving it because how much it glides onto your lids. This combo with the dark lip, to be honest, as a black girl, you can't go wrong with a dark lip combo, just saying. And then I like to you guys are gonna laugh at me. I'm then gonna top it off with the NYX Butter Gloss, and this is in the shade Creme Brulee. Yeah, NYX has definitely won this one still. So sometimes once I put the gloss on, you can't really see the pencil on top of my lips, so I like to kind of just go back in. This is the final look, guys. So I'm literally gonna take off my hair. I'm literally gonna love and leave you look, because I gotta go. I literally got about 10 minutes for I need to leave. So let me just quickly drag on my outfit so you guys can see the final look. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I'm not really happy with my curls, but it is what it is because I'm running out of time, so I need to leave to go to my comedy show. But I just wanted to show you guys the final look. So if you guys love this look and love a little makeup chit chat, get ready with me whilst I go to my comedy show. Definitely like, definitely comment, and definitely subscribe for more chit chats like this. I am running late, so I'm gonna love and leave you guys. But if you haven't already, definitely follow me on my other social media platforms, because I post on there every single day, whereas here I only post on here once a week. And I'll definitely catch you in my next one. Love you. Bye.